Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Sana and welcome to Crypto Bible. I hope you're all doing very well. Again, did not upload yesterday. Just to give you guys a quick update, might as well. I had a appointment for my hip. I've got an MRI scan on Saturday, and then next Wednesday it will be decided. Looking at the results, whether or not I need a hip replacement or something. So that is the update with me, hence why I've been kind of wishy-washy with the videos. But I thought I'd give you guys a quick update today because there's a few things going on, and I just wanted to kind of make you guys aware of what I'm seeing. And right now, I'm kind of stuck because I'm seeing some really good things, but then on the other hand, I'm seeing something else, which could indicate a short-term dump again, right? So it's very difficult to really predict what's going to be happening. Of course, longer term, I am still very bullish. However, I just wanted to update you guys and show you what I'm seeing right now, right? So let's get straight into it. Of course, the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is Bitcoin right here. We've obviously broken out of this range, right? So I'm going to show you guys the good stuff that I'm seeing first, which indicates we're going to go higher. So at the moment, this was something we were looking at, right? This range that we were stuck in for quite a while. We've now broken out of it yesterday. And as you guys can see, we actually came back and back tested it, which had an immediate pump right after. So are we now out of this range? Did we turn this range, which was once resistance, into support right now? I don't know. We have to wait and see. Of course, we are now back up in these areas right here, which again, we did have big bounces from before. So it's a very good area to be in right now. And it's an area that we would like to hold. Ideally, we don't want to really drop back in here because we don't know how much longer we're going to be in these areas here. But it's good that we've broken out of it and simply come back and back tested it right here, okay? So that's really good to see. And then moving on to something like the total market cap of crypto, as you guys can see, it's also broken out of the range. This would have been our top. We are now just slightly above it or toying with it. We're currently toying with the 0.618 retracement. So it's getting back up to these important retracements. Ideally, we want it to crack through that 0.702 because that would indicate more bullish momentum. So it's more like a wait and see moment at the moment, right? So right now, although Bitcoin has literally just broken out of this, and we've back tested it. The total market cap is just coming into important retracements. So it's more like we need a few more days to wait and see what's going to happen here, right? But looking around the rest of the market, you've got something like Ethereum, which is also broken out of this range and also back tested it right there, which caused a bit of a pump immediately after, right? So what we're seeing is two of the biggest cryptocurrencies breaking out of the range, back testing it as support, hopefully. Okay, and hopefully now we're going to end up moving more forward. So as you guys can see, the two most important, well, actually three, if you're including the total market cap of crypto as well, they're all in that stage where they've just done something important, where whether it's getting to important retracement levels or just breaking certain resistant levels, like the range that we were in, right? And we've back tested it as well. So these three are looking really good. And then you're looking at, other coins within the market. A lot of them are holding extremely strong right now. Like I've been looking all over the market and every altcoin I seem to chart, they're all holding important support levels, important levels that they've just flipped, or they're looking like they're literally about to break out. So I'll give you some examples of that as well. Right here, we've got Luna, right? So this is the Luna over USDT chart. As you can see, we do seem to be trending right in here and it's getting tighter and tighter. And I anticipate a breakout to happen. But whether or not it's going to be up or down, it's yet to be seen. We don't know yet. However, if I go over to the Luna over Bitcoin chart, as you can see right here, if I go over to the 4-hour chart, you can see that we've literally flipped this previous resistance, which was huge resistance, into support, right? So these arrows are where we've come back to retest some support. If I go to the 2-hour chart, you can see a bit better, right? Over here was our resistance. Literally, Luna smashed through it. We've come back and retested a support here, here, and here. It's bounced on it 3 times now. So clearly it's a very important level that Luna needs to hold, okay? And we are holding it very well. We seem to be bouncing on top of it. And like I said, on top of that, we have this going on right here. So this would indicate whether or not we're going to break up, which obviously in this charts will end up going up, making new all-time highs, or it's going to indicate whether or not we're going to break down below this level here, okay, which would probably end up sending Luna back towards the low 30s, right? And then looking elsewhere in the market, this is just one other example. Something like FET, for example, another coin I do hold, had done something very similar, except it broke out today and has just come back and back tested it as support. So everywhere I'm looking, I'm seeing very bullish stuff across the market. These are just two examples in Luna and FET, but everywhere I look, I am seeing very bullish stuff, whether they're holding important support levels, they've just broken important resistant levels, or they're entering important retracement levels, right? Everything is there. Everything seems like it's ready to go. Let's rock and roll now. Let's just get it done with. Of course, one thing that I am definitely looking for in regards to Bitcoin, for this actual recovery from this bigger dip that we had, is for it to actually end up in those retracement levels as well. And as you can see, the most important retracement levels comes at a 618, 702, 786. We're still below them. So the first one would come at 49,128. Second one around that $50,000 mark, which is the 0.702, which, arguably is probably the most important one for me. So we're still lingering below them, right? But why do I have some kind of suspicion that, things could potentially take a tiny dump short term? Well, as we know, as I've shown in the past, crypto seems to have a strong correlation to the US dollar index, the DXY, right? Whenever the DXY tends to pump, crypto seems to dump, okay? And they kind of move in correlation with each other, but separate ways, right? So what I'm looking at right here, right, if we go over to the DXY, as you guys can see, the DXY has been pumping pretty vertically recently. So at the moment right now, we're seeing the DXY pump, and Bitcoin and the crypto market is just kind of going sideways, okay? So if we take a look at this more in depth, we can see right here, the DXY started pumping on the 7th of September, right? So if you keep that in mind, 7th of September, the DXY began pumping. If you look at the dates down here, had a big pump up. What also happened on the 7th of September? Well, Bitcoin dumped on the 7th of September, right? So every time the DXY seems to pump, everything else in crypto seems to dump. Then over here as well, we go to the 13th of September. You can see on the 13th of September, that's when Bitcoin had another scary dump, okay, right there, whereas the DXY actually had a pretty big pump. Well, right now, the DXY is pumping, and pretty vertically as well, okay? Whereas the Bitcoin and crypto seems to just be going sideways. So I'm still quite undecided of what's going to happen right here. The only good thing that I'm seeing out of this, though, which is potentially very good, is that I'm seeing a triple top. And what usually happens at a triple top is something like this. So let's just say, for instance, this is our neckline. So for the DXY, it would be right here, right? And then what tends to happen at a triple top is that, you'd end up going onto it once, twice, 3 times, and then on the third one, you actually drop, okay? So once you hit it 3 times, that is when you actually end up dropping. That's what happens at a triple top. So is the DXY going to go in here and then begin dropping? And another thing that we've been talking about is that when that DXY does begin to drop, that is usually when alt season does begin to happen within those areas there. So everything again is lining up for a reason. It's just something that we need to wait and see. We need a bit more time for. But right now, the DXY is looking good in regards to it going up. But if it does triple top, it will end up falling on itself, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Bitcoin has broken the range, has back tested it. Ethereum's on the same thing. Total market cap is in important retracement areas. And you've got coins like FET and Luna, just an example out of many, holding important levels and actually breaking out of their wedges and actually heading higher. So pretty undecided, pretty level right now. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a short-term dump, is what I'm saying, right? So I'm just getting you guys ready for that, just in case you see something like that as well, right? So if there is a short-term dump, it's probably because that is what's happening in the market. However, on the flip side of that, we're seeing some very bullish stuff. And if crypto can hold itself and the DXY does actually end up now dumping, it would be very bullish for the entire market. So let's wait and see what happens. If you have enjoyed this video, though, please be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Take it easy.